Hello and welcome back to Tip TV Finance with me, Matt Brown, and I'm joined today by Clive Carter, who is the chairman of Caspian Sunrise, the new name I should say, for Roxy Petroleum.
Yes.
So you've got a rebrand, a new name, catchy name. Sunrise sounds like a new dawn, a new beginning. So let's start off talking about, as it's now called, Caspian Sunrise, what you do and where you operate.
Caspian Sunrise is obviously very similar to what we had before with Roxy. Our main asset is the B&G asset, and the merger that we effected between Roxy and Baverstock to form Caspian Sunrise has brought 99% of that asset under our control. Previously we had 58%. So the benefits from that are that we can control now the pace of the development of the asset. Part of the deal back in 2008 when we acquired it was we had to fund the first 100 million. We did that in January 2015. So since then, it has made sense to merge the business of Baverstock and Roxy, form Caspian Sunrise, and then press ahead at developing this asset at our pace, rather than a wider pace.
And the asset is oil and exploration.
It's an oil, it's a very promising oil field in Kazakhstan. It is near the Caspian, 40 kilometers from the very large and successful Tengiz field. It is about the size of the UK's M25. Right. It has deep and shallow prospects. We are exploring both. We have 3 structures that we're targeting on the shallow, and we're producing just under 1,500 barrels a day from those. The big excitement in terms of valuation, and I think for shareholders, is our success on the deeper prospects. We've drilled 3 wells, 5,000 metres each, and we are working on all 3 of those to try and get those into production.
And with regards to these assets, if they do go into production, how many barrels per day could we expect?
Our expectation on that was each of these are capable of between 2,000 and 3,000 barrels a day. They have flowed at those rates for short periods. The issue we have is that it's an area of very high temperature and pressure, and therefore when we drilled the wells, to control the pressure we had to use a lot of heavy drilling mud. And the consequence of that is it can sometimes then seep into the reservoirs, and we're now having to extract that drilling mud through various different techniques before the wells can flow uninterrupted. When the wells can flow probably for about a week or so, we're able to pass on technical information to Gaffney Klein, our experts, and they then will be able to put some figures on reserves.
Fantastic. And obviously with the name change, you're based in Kazakhstan. Costs to operate in Kazakhstan, are they high in comparison to other regions?
I think the costs are very low there. I mean, the typical costs for a shallow well for us in the last few years has been between about $1.25 and $1.5 million, and these are wells down to about 3,000 metres. For the deeper wells, you need the heavier rigs, and we're talking then between $8 and $10 million. I think there are a number of components to the costs. We're finding the cost of rigs still very cheap. There's an oversupply of rigs, so that is good news. The cost of labour, again, is low because of the devaluation of the tenge against the dollar, and we benefit from that. I think what is getting more expensive are some of the consumables, such as the drill pipes and other bits and pieces which are moving it up. So in the past, a deep well would have been 8 million. I think our next one might be 10. But by comparison to other parts of the world, very cheap to operate.
Fantastic. And oil prices at the moment have been fluctuating a little bit. Is there a kind of a key level where oil becomes too cheap and you maybe have to shut down production, or if oil obviously rises again, that you can ramp up production, hopefully?
No, I mean, the way the license system works in Kazakhstan is that at the moment we're on an appraisal license. And under an appraisal license, you sell your oil at domestic prices. So our oil is being sold at about $16 a barrel at the moment. So therefore, prices in the mid-40s, are a massive benefit for us. We can certainly make money even at the $16 a barrel. The costs of production are very low, and we add to the cash flows.
Fantastic. And what can investors expect over 2017 from Caspian?
Well, I think it'll be a number of things. I think on the shallow structures, we hope to announce further successes on the MJF structure, where we have shown that it extends already to in excess of 10 square kilometres. There's a new structure we're drilling that's almost at the bottom that we'll be able to announce in the near future, whether we found something. But the big news, I think, will be our efforts to develop the 3 deeper wells. And certainly in the next quarter, I would expect to have news on at least 2 of those.
Fantastic. So lots to look forward to.
Certainly, yes.
Hopefully. And with the name change, I assume there's a new ticker for investors.
Yes, CASP. is the new
CASP,
ticker.
so,
Went live yesterday.
Fantastic. And investors should look out for that. I assume you've got a new website as well.
A new website again went live yesterday. So yes, please look. Conscious the old website was looking a little bit tired, but we've put a bit more effort into this one.
Fantastic. Well, Clive, thank you very much for joining us today. Lots to think about for 2017, hopefully.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.